What up, YouTube? Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 cars that mechanics love. Stay tuned. Alright, starting us off at number 1. Pretty much any older pickup truck. I've worked with many mechanics that have driven pickup trucks, Chevy, Ford, Dodge, all the way from the 90s up to the early mid 2000s. Not so much Dodge. There were a few guys, but a lot of mechanics tend to like their older pickup trucks. They're very capable. At one point in time, pickup trucks were very reliable vehicles, very capable vehicles. The four-wheel drive is an excellent feature. You can throw tools or just about anything else in the back, and they're somewhat forgiving when it comes to, mild abuse, driving them over stuff you probably shouldn't be, taking them off the road, or whatever the case may be. They're usually built with pretty strong components, relatively speaking, and so I do believe that that's why many mechanics love an old pickup truck, primarily from Ford and Chevy. And this is say, 2004, 2005. If they're older than that, then they're usually relatively good vehicles. Alright, the next vehicle that I've seen many mechanics say that they're very fond of is any General Motors vehicle from the late 90s to mid 2000s, once again, with the 3.8 liter V6. This includes many Buicks, your Chevy Impalas, a few Oldsmobiles had this engine. It was a very good engine, very easy to work on, and the vehicles themselves, they had good size. You could fit your family in them. They were relatively reliable, and even the suspension and brakes and things like that were also relatively easy to work on. And the Impalas and the Buicks specifically, I guess the Oldsmobiles too, they all had a very nice ride. And when you're working as a mechanic on your feet all day wrenching and stuff, to have that nice ride on the way to and from work is definitely very desirable. And that's why many mechanics love the GM 3.8 liter vehicles. Alright, for number 3, I might be a little bit biased on this one, but I personally believe that many mechanics love the Ford Panther platform. This includes the Crown Victoria, the Mercury Grand Marquis, and of course, the Lincoln Town Car, the best one of them all. These vehicles are extremely reliable. That's why they were used for police cars, taxis, even livery service, and all of that. And they're not going to be the best gas mileage of the group here, but they're also not going to be as bad as the older pickup trucks like we mentioned before. They're just like the 3.8 rides from GM with that pretty smooth ride. In fact, I dare say that it is even smoother than a Buick. And also, for the most part, even though it is a V8, it is relatively easy to work on as well, just like a common theme is going to be across just about all of the vehicles that we mentioned today. And just for the simple fact that they were used in professions where reliability was an absolute must, there was no time for games. These Panther platform vehicles are well respected by many mechanics. Coming up on number 2 is going to be the Honda Civic or the Honda Accord. Pretty much any Honda car is going to be an excellent vehicle that just about every mechanic would enjoy. Very easy to work on, relatively low maintenance, extremely high reliability, extremely good gas mileage, and many times they have enough room for the whole family if you get a sedan. Honda has proven year after year that their reliability is top notch, and that is one of the reasons why just about every mechanic respects the Honda Civic and the Honda Accord. And number 1 on our list is going to be the Toyota Camry or Corolla. Basically the same type of vehicles that we just talked about under the Honda brand. Very reliable, easy to work on, parts aren't crazy expensive, gas mileage is excellent, and if you get a sedan, you got room for the whole family. These Toyotas, once again, just like Honda, year after year have proven to be extremely reliable, and mechanics don't have time or desire to be messing around with their own vehicles before and after work. We want to go to work, get home from work, and not have to worry about any issues with our own vehicle. And that's why Toyota is my number one for the cars that mechanics love. I also want to throw in an honorable mention. Not every mechanic would drive such a vehicle as their daily driver, although some of them do. But I do want to throw this honorable mention out there. The Ford Mustang and the Chevy Camaro. Just about every mechanic likes at least one, if not both, of these cars. They're just badass cars in general. They may not be the greatest for a daily driver, but they sure as hell are fun and sort of fun to work on as well if you're into that sort of thing. So I did want to throw that out there because there's lots and lots of guys that I've worked with over the years that like at least one of these cars. And that's going to be the end of the video for today, guys. It's been a little bit since I've posted, trying to get back up on my schedule for posting here, so stay tuned for many more videos to come. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Otherwise, give me a thumbs up, comment below. I'll be sure to read those and respond. Otherwise, this is Andy signing off, and I'll see you on the next one.